Sometimes life is unfair. Some of you can probably relate to the feeling where you can't reach something, so it makes you feel desperate and willing to risk it all. Arthur Golden's Memoirs of Geisha is one of the most captivating visual texts I've ever read. The forbidden romance, a strict household, seeing a character building their way from the bottom to the top, it's all so rich and personal. The text itself is also incredibly detailed and makes you feel immersed in the historical fiction story of Sayuri Nita. Well, for starters, what exactly is a geisha? Well, the word geisha means artist in Japanese. A geisha is a well-respected traditional Japanese artist that entertains an audience using her beauty, charm, and dance. She wears beautiful patterned robes and paints her skin white and her lips red. Nowadays, almost anyone can go to a geisha performance, but in early 20th century Japan, where the story takes place, it was usually middle-aged businessmen who would pay to see the ethereal dancers as an escape from their daily lives. Memoirs of a Geisha begins with an impoverished little village girl named Chiyo who was taken away from her family and sold to a strict geisha house in the city, where she learns how to become a successful geisha in order to survive. During her time there, she's treated like a slave and looked down on by the other experienced geisha. However, with beauty and cleverness to her advantage, she is to become one of the greatest geisha by the name of Sayuri in all of Kyoto in order to pay back her debt to the school. But to do this, she must sacrifice her personal desires in the name of fame. The man she admired, the sister she yearned to find, all had to be pushed aside for her success as an entertainer. Kinda deep, right? When read from a fictional perspective, Memoirs of a Geisha keeps you wanting more because it delves into heavy concepts through beautiful presentation, like descriptions of the culture, escorted by metaphors that create a clear picture in your head. The book also carries very strong characters who each have well-developed roles surrounding the main character, such as the strict mother of the geisha house who abuses Chiyo when she does something out of turn. This build-up of a supporting character raises the reader along with Sayuri, essentially allowing us to justify her actions based on how she's treated from childhood to adulthood. The book is written from Sayuri's perspective, fully allowing the reader to understand her circumstances as a Japanese woman pre-World War II. In the last scene, Sayuri leaves the reader with the quote, "Our world is no more permanent than a wave rising on the ocean. Whatever our struggles and triumphs, however we may suffer them, all too soon they bleed into a wash, just like watery ink on paper." To me, this just means that everything is temporary and nothing really lasts forever. As I mentioned before, the author plays with comparisons to evoke thought and reality within the readers. He connects the bigger meaning to a scene that anyone can picture, like a wave in the ocean. So consequently, the author of this book translates the text into beautiful, moving images with your own imagination and experiences. I highly suggest giving this book a chance so you can explore historical Japan with Sayuri Nita and find out how she deals with her thirst for love and freedom in a restricted society.